Hi, I'm Jason Quick with the Oregonian here in Memphis after Sunday's Game 1 beatdown by the Memphis Grizzlies. If you're the Trailblazers, I think the good news is it probably can't get any worse. They shot a season low 33% against the Grizzlies. Got to think that guys like Damian Lillard, LaMarcus Aldridge, and the rest of the crew are not going to have as poor a shooting night. Also, Bino Udrih, the Memphis Grizzlies reserve, probably not going to play as well as he played in Game 1. He was nearly flawless. So I think those are two things that the Blazers can hang their hats on. On the other side of the coin, this is now a trend. Memphis has beaten Portland 5 straight times, 10 out of the last 11 when you go back the last 3 seasons. So it's not like this is just something abnormal. This is a pattern developing with Memphis and their physical style. It just is a tough matchup for Portland. Also, as we've seen for the last month or so, this is the way Portland's played. They're 10-12 since Wes Matthews was injured, and they just haven't had that spark offensively, and they haven't had that toughness defensively. So those are some concerning things for Portland as they head into Game 2. Terry Stotts today, we met with him briefly, and he said he was encouraged by a few things. One of them was their second chance points. They outscored Memphis 23-8 in second chance points in Game 1. I believe it was 16 offensive rebounds. That's something that he says points to effort, that he saw the effort there with the offensive rebounds. I think another good thing was Nicolas Batum showed up. He wasn't spectacular, but he was relevant. 15 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. They need another performance like that from Nick, but as we know, this season hasn't been his best. He's been hit or miss. I thought he showed up to Game 1. Another thing on the horizon that could be a bonus for Portland in Game 2, Arron Afflalo is potentially going to come back. He worked out a little bit before Game 1, was still grabbing his right shoulder, which caused him to miss the last 2 games of the season. That would be a big bonus for Portland, just to have another body, and plus having his defensive prowess should help. Some concerns for the Blazers, I think, heading into Game 2. They looked awfully unorganized and confused at times in Game 1, particularly with their pick-and-roll defense. There was a lot of debate about it between the players in the locker room afterward. Terry Stotts said, yeah, we knew what we wanted to do. We knew how we wanted to funnel players on the pick-and-rolls, but we didn't necessarily do it. There was another time, too, in the second half where Nick Batum and Damian Lillard were not on the same page offensively, and Lillard eventually threw his hands up, and Nick missed a 3-pointer and ended up just settling for a 3-pointer. On the next possession, Nick overthrew Damian on a perimeter pass. So I think there's a lot of areas where Portland can be sharper in their communication and their game planning. So what can change? Obviously, I talked earlier about Arron Afflalo coming back into the starting lineup. We'll probably get a better idea of that tomorrow once the team does practice. And I think there's a chance for Terry Stotts to throw a curveball, and maybe they use a smaller lineup more often, putting LaMarcus Aldridge at center and perhaps using Meyers Leonard. I think Meyers Leonard was a bright spot in Game 1, 9 points in 16 minutes. I think he also had 9 rebounds. He was a factor, and I think that will help perhaps bring out the Marcus Alls and Zach Randolphs and make them play a little bit more perimeter defense, open up some things inside for LaMarcus. Also, does Alonzo Gee get some time? Everyone's been talking about how physical a series this is. Alonzo Gee is one of the Blazers' most physical perimeter players, and I think he could be someone who helps this team kind of match Memphis's style of play. But at the end of the day, the Blazers came to Memphis with one goal, and you can throw out all the stats, all the previous records. If they come here and get Game 2, do the things that they want to do, then they've accomplished their feat, because they came here to get one game. They have to get one game on the road, And if they put it together, if LaMarcus starts shooting better, Damian starts shooting better, because the Blazers feel like they got their shots, and I have to agree with them on that. I think they got open shots, they just didn't hit them. And I think that's really what Game 2 will come down to, is whether or not Portland can hit their shots. We'll have more for you after tomorrow's practice in Memphis. Until then, stay tuned at OregonLive.com. Thank you.